disrespect. So when I bust my rhyme, you break your necks. We got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm affect. To lose our inhibition, follow your intuition, free your inner soul and break away from tradition. Cause when we be out, girl, it's pulling me out. You wouldn't believe how we wild-ish how. We burn it till it's burned out, turn it till it's turned out. Act up from northwest, east side. Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stoned, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started.
Hey, let's get it started. KWTN 100.9 FM. You are dialed into the REZ Ride. It is now 4 p.m. right here in Winnebago land. Mm-hmm. This is the Big Voice, the official radio station of the Winnebago tribe. I got my host here this evening, DJ Bessami. Give us your welcome.
Yes, welcome to REZ Ride episode 2. This is DJ Bessami. We just came out of the replay for All Request Live, so thanks for joining us live.
Yeah, we got 2 special guests here this evening, and we got a lot of listeners cruising. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Be safe out there. I know the Winnebago tribe is off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But give us your introduction. Who are you, and what's your names?
My name is... Oh, we don't do real names on here, do we?
It's up to you, man. It's up to you.
Oh, well, I'm just, I'm Jared.
Yeah, we could just call you Jay.
Yeah.
J-Man. All right. So what's up, Jared? And we also have...
Jaden.
Oh, JJ. So
JJ.
JJ's in the house here today. So how you guys feeling?
Pretty good. Cold.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Definitely nervous.
Well, nonetheless here. So what is REZ Ride? Tell him, Bessami.
Well, REZ Ride is a new show that we just premiered last week. It is hosted by MC BKC, who will be joining us soon.
Yeah.
And also he just takes us all over while we, you hear these stations, they have that drive at 5 towards the end of the day when everybody's going home and stuff. So we wanted to make sure we had something to give everybody, especially Thursday had an opening. And so he's bringing us a little bit of everything.
Right. Playing some music, telling some stories.
Yes.
Speaking of stories, we have our first story of the day. Hey, I want to ask you guys, how did you guys do during the snowstorm last night? It was pretty cool. But how did you guys... You guys okay and everything?
Yeah. Slept just fine. No power issues or anything like that. Just waking up and trying to get to work was a bit of an adventure for me, especially.
Yeah, and you work at the Iron Horse, right?
Yes, I do.
And so that means that you have to show up no matter what.
Pretty much, yeah. But,
wow. How was the drive over?
Oh, I didn't actually drive over. Okay. I called in, and some people filled in for me. So.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty treacherous. That's what we want to say, too, is, I know yesterday we could probably made it to work for the first till noon. Mm-hmm. And then I think I looked outside, and I started the snow probably about, 2:31, somewhere around there? When did it start snowing in your area, Bessami?
Up in the city, it wasn't until about 5:30, going on 6 or so. It started to kind of come down a little bit. Wow, really? Yeah, it was way late in the day.
Dang.
But it was just kind of that, so that I made mention of that too, with the Big Voice Sports, we have that on Wednesday at 5. Well, just, for our safety, for you to travel, we just decided to postpone the episode to next week.
It got pretty hairy out there.
So had we came, I probably would have been sleeping in the studio. It got bad. I know it did get bad. So shout out to all of those that were out clearing the roads for us and stuff.
Yeah. And this morning, how did you do? Because you did ARL. We just coming off of ARL here, All Request Live.
This morning, it was an adventure. I'll add that too, because where I live, it's it's got the main, they'll clear the roads and stuff like that. Yeah. But there's the driveway part that's connected to the road. So the plow, cleared the road for us, but ours is it's like a cemented road goes into a gravel road.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
And then so the gravel road didn't really get maintained. Yeah. And then so when I shoveled it myself, I started my car, went inside, finished doing what I had to do, then came back out, and then a plow did come by and they pushed that snowbank back behind my car. Man, and so I re-shoveling, and I'm trying to hurry so I make it in time. And then as I'm leaving, I had gotten my car stuck previously, last year. And so if I learned anything, if you are about to get stuck, you don't stop, you just keep going.
Right.
So I I did just that this morning. I was going through, and as I'm going, I'm like, you know, if you guys ever watched 101 Dalmatians when Cruella's blazing, that's how I was this morning, and that was me. I made it out, though, and I, like, almost got stuck on, like, the plow did the cemented road, but they weren't doing our gravel road, so that little bank that you got to go over, and I'm just all over with my hand motions. But that bank that I had to go over, that's where I almost got stuck, and my car was literally, like, and I'm just like, oh my God, keep going. Yeah. But I made it, so.
I go through, or to get to work, I go through the street going through Hubbard and then to Emerson.
Oh, okay.
That road is still probably being worked on right now because when I went through it, it was more or less a ditch. There may as well not have been a street there anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is pretty interesting. When I used to go to college at Wayne State College, hey, gravel is gravel, you know what I mean? They put gravel down on the pavement and everything, and so I used to float over those hills, but as soon as you start to overcorrect, you're going into the ditch, and I went in the ditch a couple times when it was snowstorm. Yeah. And luckily, I didn't flip the car or anything like that, but I remember that specifically, driving on the road after a snowstorm, and it was pretty interesting. But around the area, how much snow total accumulation would you guesstimate that? Because we seem like we're in a pocket. You know what I mean? Like other areas, maybe about 30 miles north, didn't get as much, and then like right here, like in Winnebago, in Norfolk, they got like what 15. Yeah. I don't think we got that here in Winnebago.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I would say it was probably close to, I don't know, 10. 10? Or am I reaching a little bit?
What do you guys think?
On the news, it said about 7 to 9 in South Sioux area.
Yeah, it just keeps going up, or it gets extreme. We got about 30 down by where I was living.
It can't be big numbers.
No, we just got a dusting on mine. But hey, I seen that. Remember I was talking about, man, the tribe closed down and all that. It's better to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. That's what for real, guys, for real. So
it is. So that was the call that we had last night, because I know, like on Winnebago Talks, we said rain, sleet, shine, snow, whatever. We were gonna bring the Big Boy Sports Talk Show, but it ended up going the other route just to be safe.
They said that we didn't have that much snow since 2013 or something. So that was pretty cool. It's been like an 8-year hiatus. And eventually, right now, all those people that are trying to say, I'm going to go out and make a snowman, well, it's too fluffy.
Yeah, it is.
So you got to wait till it kind of heats up a little bit, and then it gets sticky. That's when you make your snowballs, right? So no snowball fights announced yet. You guys ever have?
Sure, they're coming though. I got hit in the face with a snowball, one that was like those hard ice snowballs. Ooh. Like it was personal.
Might as well have been a brick.
Yeah.
How'd that sound effect go?
I know. I was very young though. I was just like crying the whole time.
Well, we are in here. We're going to have MC BKC stop in.
Yes.
And he's going to take over the ones and twos. I got to get going here pretty soon, but we're going to have a good time. We're going to get into our first song here, and I know that a lot of people out there enjoy the music, and we are going to talk about music. We're also going to tell some other stories. Pop culture here. REZ RIDE is on your dial. Episode 2. So, folks, we're going to get into some music, and we'll be back with some more stories and some more. We want to kind of ask you guys what you guys think about some of the things and stuff. So, here we go.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my work. I'm a woman, no time to talk.
KWTN 100.9 FM. You are dialed into the REZ Ride. For those that are going to be traveling up to wherever you need to be, we have DJ Bessami, DJ Garanteed, and our special guest, J&J.
J&J.
Hey, we wanted to ask him some questions. What do we got for him, Bessami?
Yeah, so could you tell us a little bit of maybe how you two met and maybe a little history on you two?
Yeah.
Oh, we met. I met her in freshman year.
Somewhere around there.
It was like, I remember exactly. We had a study hall together, and
No, it was a computer class.
was it a computer? No, I'm pretty sure it was a study
computer
hall.
class and a study hall.
Oh, either or.
Okay.
I get like we would sit together, talk and whatever. She had her other friend sitting in there with her, and I guess just slowly getting more and more comfortable with each other. We weren't together until maybe a year and a half later, when she had her break up with her other boyfriend.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, understandably, but you guys are been sweethearts, and you guys graduated, right? I mean,
Yes.
you guys look like you're still high school students and stuff, but what year did you guys graduate?
Oh, I graduated 2018.
I graduated in 2020.
2020, okay. All right, cool. And so you graduated through the pandemic and stuff. How was that?
Terrible. I hated it.
Yeah, I bet. It was pretty interesting. And so what do you guys do now as far as like hobbies and like we have this discussion.
Yeah.
So when I was trying to I don't want to say kind of impress or whatever and stuff, the things to do back in the day on a Friday or even payday Thursdays or whatnot was to go to the mall, go to the movies, and go to Aladdin's Castle. You remember Aladdin's Castle?
I do.
I remember that actually.
Yeah. My kids hate it. My kids are, I got a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, you know what I mean? And they
Because
just,
now they got Gibbies.
Is
That's
that
what it is now.
What is Gibbies?
Gibbies and Gibbies Jr.
Yeah, okay.
Beats me. That's what it's called now, though.
Oh, that's the new Aladdin's, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called Gibbies now.
Okay, so what do you guys do in this day and age?
I guess my main one is I play games, video games. and
Oh,
whatnot.
okay.
But more productively, I make my own videos from the games I play, and I also do my own art.
Really?
Yes.
Cool. So, like, you record while the game is going on, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of my kids do that too on YouTube, and there's some famous people out there and everything. So
Do you
yeah,
stream live as well? Sorry.
No, not yet. You definitely need like a larger following to start really streaming and getting any value out of that. So
Oh, okay.
making videos and
Just kind of building that.
editing them together and like are doing art. It's just content to put out and then sit somewhere for people to come by and see whenever they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. So far as music wise, is there some good soundtracks to those video games?
Yeah, like plenty. Genres all up and down the board.
Yeah. That's cool.
Some of my favorites are, I guess, like the Elden Ring soundtrack, where you're like, it's more like orchestrated, like you're
Yeah.
really like fighting demons and whatever. Like
That's
kind
cool.
of, I guess, some of the fighting games I play too, like Street Fighter 3. It's got like a hip hop soundtrack, more like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I remember playing Street Fighter on the Nintendo. You know what I mean? There was some good moves. We used to like play the game and then go outside and try to do the moves and stuff. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
remember Street Fighter.
You don't remember Street Fighter? Yeah, it was good. I think they even had a movie come out, a while back there on Street Fighter. It was a long time ago. Mortal Kombat was another one that kind of
Oh, they're
changed
making
the
a
game.
lot of those video games into movies. My brother just made me watch one recently. It just came out. It's the dad with the little girl.
The Last of Us.
Yes, The
Yeah.
Last of Us. Oh my gosh.
Who's that by? I
It's-
mean, is that an actual video game?
It is. The video game came out back in 2013 for the PS3 and Xbox.
Was it pretty good?
Or no, not the. It's just the PS3, the PlayStation exclusive.
Then they did a like a what was it, like a remastered video game,
And then they made a second one.
and then now they had the Last of Us movie. And what is it streamed on? Do you know?
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Oh,
So
I
I
got
just
that,
watched
yeah.
that with him the other day, and he was like, "You have to watch this. You can't get on your social media. Like whatever you're gonna do on your social media, get that out of your system."
That movie was that good?
Yeah, he's like, "You're gonna watch and pay attention," and I'm gonna whatever. We
It's-
watched it, and then it's
I think it's a series actually. Like that was
Really?
just episode 1. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of that, is it a series?
Yeah.
And then there's that part where, so I just literally watched like the beginning part, but it was just jam packed with a lot. Like I was literally
Yeah.
like, I was like, I don't want to watch. Like it was kind of like that. Like you're like, oh my gosh, like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's a good one.
It's like a zombies kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it's not typical like flesh-eating zombies. It's more of like a infect as many people as possible kind of thing. It's not.
What's the one zombie movie with Brad Pitt? Those zombies were like on meth.
World War Z.
Yeah, like I never seen a zombie like that. Usually you get time to run or whatever like that. Those zombies were on steroids or something.
Yeah.
28 Days Later is another example of that. The Rage virus, where they're like full sprint.
Yeah, this is like that is weird and stuff. I had a question for you guys. So we have this game called The Answer Is that we play on Tuesdays, right? And one of the trivia questions that Bessami, I thought she would get it. She didn't get it, but maybe you guys would get this. But the Series 3 is coming out. Here's the question. Series 3 is coming out, right? And the tagline or the philosophy of the tagline, they always end the conversation is, this is the way. What series is that? Do you guys know?
The Mandalorian.
Oh,
Without hesitation.
Yes, without hesitation, man. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta
want to know what I said? I was so convinced that I was right too. I'm like, oh yeah, Reservation Dogs is coming out with the season 3.
I've only seen like 2 episodes of that, but I really liked what I seen.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. They have season 2. And I think they're getting ready to announce maybe season 3. They haven't announced it yet and stuff, but it was...
I jumped the gun.
You know all the characters, though. I don't. You know, you said Willie Jack?
Yeah, I thought Willie Jack was the one saying that line.
Which one is that one?
She's the one that, she's got the
she always wears the background?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now.
Didn't even say what it was.
I think it's, the first episode where they do their, like, remembrance ceremony for their dead friend.
Oh, yeah.
While we were watching it, she asked me, what are they doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not part of their tribe.
Right. Pretty interesting.
It's a good one, though.
So this is the way.
This is the way, and now I'll never forget.
Season 3 coming out. You're going to have to watch it now. Anyways, we better get back to some music here. This is the way. I'm just going to throw that out of nowhere.
I was hoping that this was never going to get brought up again.
This is the way. But nonetheless here, I want to play some Marvin Gaye, Got to Give It Up. Ooh. Not part 1. We're going to do, just because it's Thursday right here on REZ Ride on KWTN 100, we're going to do part 2. Here we go. Folks, enjoy. KWTN 100.9 FM. A little Marvin Gaye to get you ready for Thursday. One more day until Friday. Hey, what do we got going on tomorrow anyway?
Yeah, tomorrow here on The Big Voice for Friday, we are going to get into a new episode of the Friday Night Hot Mix with DJ Blue. That'll be at 7 p.m. So we'll be going live with DJ Blue for another episode where we're going to get through, how would you say that? Some hits of the decades.
Yeah, we've been kind of it's almost like a worldwide mix and stuff.
Yeah,
because he said he's going to throw some like Latin in there and all kind of good things. So make sure you tune in. 7 p.m. is going to kick off. And then it winds up kind of the last song will be played about 10.
Yeah, and we'll go right into Midnight Love with MC BKC.
Yeah.
And that'll be here at 10 p.m.
And then on Saturday, what do we got going on?
Saturday, we're going to be live streaming over the Winnebago Public Schools YouTube page for the Winnebago girls and boys varsity basketball game, which is going to be a home game here in Winnebago against Pine Ridge. So let me get my exact time. I believe the girls are going to kick off at 2:15 and the boys will follow. And let me see here. We have the girls starting their game at 2:30 p.m. and then the boys will follow at 4:30 p.m. So that's against Pine Ridge. And we'll be live over the airwaves of KWTN, but also live streaming the game on the Winnebago Public Schools YouTube page.
It's going to be awesome. I really enjoy the production and stuff, and I think commentating.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And you guys, folks, we want to give you an opportunity if you want to come work for The Big Voice or our live streaming production. Mm-hmm. Make sure who they hit up.
Yeah, they can email me at bethany.redhorn. It's bethani.redhorn@winnebagotribe.com. And we'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, for sure. So we have two guests here, and you have a relation with MC BKC. Can you tell us that relation?
Oh, he is my father.
There you go. One of the famous lines from Star Wars, right?
Uh-huh.
So we got to replay that out and stuff. We're talking about movies, and in between songs here, we're talking about some good movies. Have you guys seen any cool movies lately? In the theaters or whether it be streaming?
Oh, I don't actually go to the movies very often.
It must be a generational thing for sure. Yeah.
But I did actually make her watch both Rush Hour 1 and 2.
What'd you think? I love it.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I don't really like
you love
action
those.
movies like that, but like it was something to watch.
What do they call the romance and comedy movies?
Rom-coms.
Rom-coms. Do you like rom-coms? No. What kind of movie person are you?
Just depends. Like I usually like watching those like anime movies that they show in the theaters.
Oh, okay.
We went to see the Uncharted movie.
Mm-hmm. That's also another video game movie.
Uncharted. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you like Toy
it.
Story? Like
Yeah.
seriously, I love me some Toy Story. No,
Toy
for
Story.
real.
Yeah, no,
When
that
that came out, I think I was in high school, but I went to go watch Toy Story, and we grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all those things, and Toy Story came out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. So I was a big fan of Pixar. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's Pixar's Toy Story.
My favorite one is the one with the little Wally.
Wally, yeah.
Yeah, that
That's my
one is
favorite.
Yeah.
Pixar is Bug's Life too, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
That was their
Bug's
first
Life
out-
is. I love
Oh.
Bugs Life.
I think that was their first outing as
Okay.
in animation. It might have been Toy Story though.
Yeah, I think it was Toy Story. And did you know what's his name? The guy that invented Apple, Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, he helped kick off Pixar, and they're still coming out with some cool kind of. You think about Toy Story. I just threw a toy. I mean, I don't tell anybody this, but. I got little puppies, right? And my little puppies, they need to chew. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to chew. So I threw a little toy in there, and I was thinking of Toy Story, and I was like, oh, I can't do that to that little toy, so I brought that back
Grabbed
out.
it back.
Yeah. When I leave, that toy is gonna be like, no.
Threw him to the wolves.
Anyways, so we were talking about movies. We were talking about this weekend's agenda. You got any besides Friday and Saturday, what you got planned for the weekends?
Well, Sunday we'll get into a replay. So I mentioned tomorrow for Friday at 10 p.m. we get into Midnight Love. If you're, super busy on Friday night, you miss the new episode airing over the Big Voice Radio, you can join us on Sunday where we replay it over the airwaves on the Big Voice.
What about you guys? You guys got any big plans this weekend?
College, work, and work.
Oh, college. You guys are college students.
I used to be.
Okay, so what are you studying?
I go to WIT. I do video game art and design.
Really?
Nice.
Dang, boy, I'm gonna have to get you autographed because when you make it big, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to come back here and let us know something. That is cool. So have you designed any games so far?
Yeah, during our classes we do like we make games and just get us in like the introduction of gaming.
Right.
So we make just like simple games in like Unreal. We try to do Unity, but it's more complex and it takes a while, but mostly we just do it in Unreal.
Oh, okay. So that's a software program. Like we work with Photoshop and Dreamweaver and all that stuff.
They also work in that too. Like
yeah, Photoshop, Maya, Substance Painter. Oh, there's another one. We use all kinds of stuff.
Very nice. That is cool.
That is cool.
I used to love to play video games, but my kid took away when he was a kid. Now he's 15 and he's a gamer. But I used to play Rock Band. You guys remember Rock Band? Mm-hmm. That was cool. We used to have little Rock Band parties and stuff, and I would hate being on the mic, but I love playing the drums. I was just jamming out in the drums and everything, and then people would hear it, but you ever hear Rock Band being played without the music? Like if they had the headphones on, all it is click, 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 click. That's all it is. Because I don't know, it's pretty weird. But Rock Band used to be one of the interactive games and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like a fad game because it's no longer around. I don't see it, but they are playing something on YouTube that goes
Oh, it's called Osu.
Osu?
It's like the point and click thing, yeah.
Use your mouse.
Yeah.
Right. And I seen this YouTube video that my son was playing, and it was just like, I was like, how do they even do that? You know what I mean? Those are cat-like reflexes and stuff, But anyways, my favorite song to play on Rock Band was Enter the Sandman by Metallica. That was a hard one.
The go-to.
I used to try to do it on level hard, and that was the go-to song right there. But anyways, we are going to let you folks know how to do it. And I know you folks want to do some singing because it is Thursday. It's one more day until Friday. We are with REZ RIDE. So bring us in. I got Montel Jordan.
And we're going to get into that here on KWTN 100.9 FM, the Big Voice Radio.
Go.
I'm kind of buzzed and it's all because this is how we do it. South Central does it like nobody does. This is how we do it. To all my neighbors, you got much fun.
Everything out first.
Well, I didn't think it was that high, so I went to put it in reverse.
Yeah, it was when we got her out, she pulled back forward. There was at least like a foot of like snow, or like maybe like half a foot of snow under her. So
That's what all-wheel drive's for.
It was an all-wheel drive too?
No, yeah, my car's invincible apparently with all-wheel drive.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, we're just talking about hopefully that was kind of the first major snowstorm of this year, and I'm glad that a lot of people got through it. We want to send a shout out and a appreciation note to all those that were out plowing, those that are shoveling. It's a good cardio workout, you know what I mean? And nonetheless, I think there's a lot of things that are good that are going to be happening around here as well. But make sure you folks have an opportunity. Check on your elders, and if you don't, some of them, if you're out there shoveling, because I was out there shoveling this morning, it is a good cardio workout. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, and stuff. So, how did you get unstuck? You just kept kept going, and
no, we dug around the back wheels.
Yeah.
And then like all around the car and whatever, and then just
right.
It's kind of hard to dig once we got closer to the road itself, because the road, of course, is covered in snow, but under the snow is like a sheet of ice covering the street.
Yeah, I fell twice.
For sure. All right, so we are in REZ RIDE. This is a beautiful January 19th evening. We're going to be here until 6 p.m., 4:30 right now on the dial. little bit kind of Indian time and stuff, but MC BKC has arrived, and we're talking about weather, getting stuck, and whatnot. But hopefully everything was good for you, man. How you doing today?
Hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out traveling in that, unfortunately, on the road. Nebraska Department of Roads actually has not done 77 in a great way yet, but I still appreciate the effort. And of course, coming back, I got behind somebody who was literally driving 15 miles an hour. I was like, girl, I know the road's bad, but it's not that bad. Come on.
Right.
it up.
We had that happen, didn't
Yeah.
we?
So,
Right when we got to the pony, I think there was someone going like, what was it, 10, 15, about that range.
right. So let me try to get all hooked up here and
In the
get us going.
Yeah, in the
So-
meantime, we got a couple stories to share, and
Okay.
we'll get Brian, if you can get her on the microphone here. I just have some kind of questions for Bessami here. We're doing a little shuffling in the studio. But nonetheless, folks, if you have an opportunity, make sure you join us on tomorrow night, because 2 good episodes of Friday Night Hot Mix as well as Midnight Love. And we are going to be over the airwaves on Saturday for Pine Ridge Thorps. So, do you know the record for that, the Pine Ridge?
I do not.
Yeah, we'll have to find that out.
But I was just going to say that, but we just all vague. I do not. But we'll have to find that out.
Yeah, that's your Midnight Love voice right there.
Is it? Yeah, so.
But we will be live streaming that tomorrow on Saturday. So at 2:30 the girls, and then 4:30 we'll be going. So we'll switch the live stream.
Okay.
We'll do a girls portion, then cut the wave, and then we'll put up a new live for the boys, and then we will have that over the Winnebago Public Schools YouTube page. We'll share the link on the Big Voice Facebook page as well.
Awesome.
We have some new T-shirts that we want to give away.
We do.
How are we gonna pick a winner for that? What do you think? We should do some trivia?
We should do some trivia.
All right. So we had a question about Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember, this is the question here. Do you remember the dog's, what was it? The dog's name? And he was a Slinky, right? Was his name Slinky? Do you guys remember that one? We're going to have to probably get on Google on this
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna have
But
to get on
was
Google.
Slinky.
I think it was just Slinky.
was his name
Yeah,
Slinky?
His name was Slinky.
Okay, so we're going to have to ask Google here. And
Well, hold on now, because remember, Andy had an actual dog as well. Or is that in a later Toy Story?
oh, yeah, the Andy.
I-
Remember?
His name was Slinky Dog.
Yeah, Slinky Dog.
Oh, okay, so that was bad. My chance to try to give a. So I get my own T-shirt. How about animation trivia for you, Bessami? Do you have one?
Let me try to think of the animation. I don't have an animation one, but I have I guess like a pop culture trivia question. So, I'll ask our listeners here, which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star?
Ooh, you guys are Avenger fans, right?
Not as much as I
Used to be.
think I- Yeah.
Okay. All right. So brief stint at a pop star. He was a Avenger, actual Avenger.
So it could be a guy or it could be a girl.
The actor or the...
It's so which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? So which of the Avengers tried to be a pop star?
Which of the Avengers try to be a pop star?
Yeah.
So they
Had a brief moment of being a pop star.
Okay,
I guess
okay.
I should rephrase that.
Okay, so it was just an actor though, right? It wasn't one of the like Iron Man or anything like that, right?
Fine, I will throw you guys a bone.
Yes.
It's an actress.
The
was
Black Widow. What's her name?
Scarlett
Scarlett. Yeah.
Was it?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Oh.
My niece's name is Scarlett, but we're random. I'm not gonna give the answer away. So
So you got to text it.
So you can text the hotline, which is 402-922-3347.
Yeah.
Or you can comment on the live on YouTube, which we have in front of us, we can see.
Yeah.
Or you can text. So you can either comment on the live stream or you can text the hotline.
Okay. So we're going up in numbers at the YouTube here. If you guys know it, we are looking for somebody that had a brief stint as a pop star.
Yes. Which member of the Avengers?
Oh man, what's some of the girl characters, guys? We're gonna get this one.
So there's Black Widow, there's Captain Marvel, there's
Gamora.
What's her power? Gamora. What is her power?
She's an alien.
Yeah, she's from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know. Like I'm not really versed into Marvel.
I don't think she has a power. I think she's just more so an alien.
I got a question for you guys. Do you guys think Marvel's played out now?
No.
You don't think so?
Never.
No, you don't think it is?
Nope.
That's crazy.
Never.
They will rehash and reuse these characters until the end of time.
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting Marvel burnout?
No, you know what? But I do have a bone to pick.
Okay.
Why are they trying to... They don't need to replace Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Keep him as Spider-Man.
He's been replaced like 3 times, right? I mean, Spider-Man in general.
That's what I'm saying. Bring him back.
Wasn't the one Tobey Maguire or something?
Well, yeah, he was like the original, right? Or Tobey Maguire was like the first Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then it was that other guy.
Andrew Garfield.
Yes, Andrew Garfield. And then it was Tom Holland.
Wow.
And then there's like a lot of... There's the animated one that came out too. I can't think of the name of it though.
Okay.
Miles.
Okay.
Yeah, Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So we're having an in-depth discussion here about the Marvel characters, and we want to give away T-shirts. So if you know the answer to that one there, I'm going to be racking my brain here to see what all Marvel lady characters there are out there. And I'll get back to you on that one. Nonetheless.
Yes.
We'll turn it on over here to MC BKC. Go for it, man.
That's right. First of all, welcome back to REZ RIDE episode 2. Mm-hmm. Again, some things could not be helped, and I hope that you all are out there being safe on the roads, etc. Welcome to the show. We will do this every Thursday from 4 to 6 live. Also, if any of you out there have a shout out or a request, we take those live if they are radio friendly. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout for that. And do you have that phone number?
Yes, it is 402-922-3347.
All right. So here we have in the studio with us, you guys went by J&J, but what are your screen names?
Oh, I guess more. I talked about my content creation. I make videos and I also do art. I go by Boots_BZ. Mainly Boots though. BOOTZ.
Yep. And yours?
I go by Trixie Pixie.
Trixie Pixie. So you guys can find these guys online and on your favorite gaming platform. Tell us a little bit more about the artwork that you're doing with Boots and where the listeners can hear that and see it. Excuse me.
I mainly post my art on Instagram under the same name, Boots_art. Actually, I don't do the BZ, but on YouTube I am just Boots.
All right. With that, well, let's get into some music. We have one of my all-time favorites, Miss Mary J, and we'll get into that here on KWTN 100.9. This is REZ RIDE. That was Be Happy by the one and the only Mary J. Blige. This is MC BKC live with you on the REZ Ride here on Thursday, and I'm joined in the studio with
DJ Bessami.
And
Jay.
And Jay.
Jay
and
and
Jay.
Jay,
Or Boots.
yes. Boots and what's Pixie?
Trixie Pixie.
Trixie
Trixie
Pixie.
Pixie.
So you guys can look for that. So guys, up next we have a little bit of a topic you guys were talking about earlier. Celebrity birthday this week is the one and only James Earl Jones, and you guys know what he did most famously. He was the voice of the one and only Darth Vader. Papa, I am your father. Sorry, I can't go that low. That's why James makes all that money doing that. But yes, so how do you guys feel about James Earl Jones? What do you think about him in Star Wars? Darth Vader?
I wish he would do stuff other than the movies, because I think his voice was well needed in some of the games that Darth Vader is featured in, but
That's a really good.
They just get
suggestion.
sound-alikes, which is terrible because they don't sound like him. They don't get deep enough. They sound like babies trying to imitate Darth Vader.
So Baby Yoda and Baby Vader?
Man, I'm never gonna live down that one. This is the way.
This is the way. Yeah, The Mandalorian. Yes, The Mandalorian. So also another celebrity birthday that happened this week was the one and only Betty White. Betty White, who passed away last year, just before her 100th birthday. She would have had her birthday this week. And you guys remember Betty White? Yeah. In her most famous role, of course, as Rose from the Golden Girls. But can you think of any of her other characters? She had a 70-year career, so
She did.
what else did she do? Can you think of anything?
She was the grandma on the Lorax.
The grandma on the Lorax. Right.
He was white paint in a Deadpool skit.
She sure was. And did you catch her when she actually finally got to do Saturday Night Live? Yeah, there was a huge, I almost said customer. That's not the right, but fan base that petitioned Saturday Night Live to make her the host, and they did. And one of the best scenes that I loved on there, she did a mock music video that was totally like the, what do you call it, the heroin metal or whatever that's called. I can't think of the name. That's not the right thing, but they had that, and then she like pulled this hood over her head and was like, rah, 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 and like.
But she's pretending to sing.
Yeah, it was so crazy. I wish you guys could have seen
You're
it.
gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, so Betty White, happy birthday to you and rest in peace. So what else has been going on this week, you guys, besides the snow? Tell me what's on your mind. What are you thinking about?
I'm just about ready to release a new video on my channel that I've been editing for.
And what is that channel?
Boots on YouTube.
Okay.
So with the Boots, is it? How do you spell it?
BOOTZ.
BOOTZ.
Or Z.
Hey, tell them about your Bluey edit too.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Yeah, there's also something that he has out there on his Instagram. Talk about it. Trixie?
Well, I started watching Bluey because, like, you know, it's a blue cartoon dog. Like, who doesn't like a blue cartoon dog? But, like, Bluey, it gets, like, more in, like, deep. It's, like, more for, like, it's like a kid show, but, like, there's parent, like, relations in there, too, that, like, parents will, like, understand and, like, stuff. So, like, I started...
A children's show that you can actually watch with your kids. It's not
Yeah,
like
it's
not-
yeah.
something you put on in the background that only your kids can watch. It's something parents can also digest, too. And be
Yeah, well,
entertained
you
by.
guys can definitely look for that. Hopefully we can get some screenshots of it or something to show you guys on YouTube and whatever else. But we'll get right back into some music. We have a little bit of a mellow groove as you guys are taking that slow cruise home across the snowy and icy roads. This is Sensitivity by Ralph Tresvant.
Don't even waste your teeth on that insensitivity. There's better things for you. I mean, what you really need is someone who cares. Someone that's gonna be there for you. Someone like me, baby. Someone with sensitivity. You understand? Can you feel it? gentleman. If anybody can fit the description, baby, I can. Someone who cares and dares to give himself completely. You got it in me. You need a man with sensitivity. You need a man, not any man, warm and sensitive. That's what I can give. You need a man, not any man, warm and sensitive. That's what I can give. You need a man, not any man, warm and sensitive. That's what I can give.
And that was the one and only Ralph Tresvant with his hit from 1991, Sensitivity. Do you guys remember Ralph Tresvant when he was with New Edition? A little bit before your time in that?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit there, yeah. So, but that was his song. So one of the other things we're going to throw out there is a little bit of the celebrity birthdays that we have. The one and only former First Lady, Michelle Obama. Happy birthday to Michelle Obama. Also, Steve Harvey, the comedian, he is 66. And then one of my favorite comedians, like you guys have discussed about, Jim Carrey's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, Jim Carrey did. What's your favorite Jim Carrey performance?
Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman.
It was okay.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, I don't think Jim Carrey's funny.
Oh no, get out right now. Get out, banish. No.
I'm gonna start crying.
I know.
I'm just
How
kidding.
about you, best
Am I
man?
I'm
on?
gonna go with
Yeah.
The Mask. I don't know.
The Mask, yeah, that was great. It really was. It was great. Yeah.
was.
Of course, I loved him when we first saw him with In Living Color and all of his characters that he did there. Actually, I was just watching a YouTube video where he did his, I can't think of her name, it just went out of my head, but he impersonated a female bodybuilder. Do you remember her name? Yeah, and he spoke with a very deepened voice, but then would also be like he was on steroids, and yeah, it was just so creepy and gross, but at the same time you could not stop watching. I love In Living Color. You probably couldn't even do that show nowadays. So, but it was it was his birthday. Also, we had WWE or WWF legend Bautista.
Oh, yeah.
Is his birthday. Yeah. What performance of his do you like?
I think I've seen him live before. I can't remember.
Now, what's the difference between the World Wrestling letters? WWE, WWF. What else is there? I don't even know. What are they?
I'm not sure either. I'm thinking WWE.
Because I know WWE stands for Worldwide Entertainment. I think it might be like Worldwide Fighting, I think. Some with an F that has to do with like moves.
I'm not versed in wrestling at all.
Not sure. I can't remember.
I don't either. So maybe. But happy birthday, Bautista. Also, we had the one and only Kevin Costner. You guys remember, of course, his famous Dances with Wolves, as well as The Bodyguard and so many other movies. And the birthday I wanted to really announce was happy birthday, Maury Povich. Maury, you guys know when you stayed home and you were sick and you were after you got done watching The Price is Right. Maury Povich was on, and you are not the father.
Yeah.
I always loved it. It's like, I'm 1,000,000% sure he's the daddy. And then they would, oh my gosh.
He would just stay so calm while all this chaos is just breaking loose.
That's right, Maury. So happy birthday to him. And then, like we said, James Earl Jones. It's also the one and only Dolly Parton. It was her birthday. Janis Joplin. And the one that we wanted to end with was the birthday for Edgar Allan Poe. Did you guys read him?
Yes.
Yes. The Telltale Heart and the Raven. Did you guys read those? Oh my gosh. I haven't done my job. But listeners out there, did you guys read The Telltale Heart? Did you read The Raven or any of the other Edgar Allan Poe stories? Do you remember them?
You have to have.
What'd you like about it, Bess?
I think that the word verbiage, that's his like choice of words.
Right.
It's just kind of like when someone has a good way with their words, like I'm gonna be intrigued.
Right, and then also at the same time, when I read him, I was fairly young, but he really introduced me. I don't want to say in that way of like meeting, but introduced me to the horror genre. Then of course I fell in love with the one and only Stephen King.
Oh yes,
and,
I love Stephen King
absolutely
as well.
Consumed everything from Carrie all the way through. You remember Cujo, Firestarter, then the book that blew it open for me, which was Pet Sematary. Oh my God. I mean, I say it all the time. I actually follow some Stephen King pages on Facebook and other social media, and people will talk about what's your favorite book of all time, you know, because he has like a million books. And it's like Pet Sematary in the scene where the little boy is going toward the highway. And you've had 30 years to read this, so I'm not running it for you.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's going to get run over, and it's like, God, I could not turn those pages fast enough. It was the quintessential page ripping book. Oh my God, Pet Sematary. So if you guys like Stephen King, shout that out there too. So
Yes.
what else do you guys
So I want to add in there real quick, Brent.
Sure.
MC BKC
Sure.
with a good book, it can really be life-changing. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. To that point, it's kind of poignant. You guys know that his book that he published, also called The Stand, was in relation to a worldwide pandemic. And when he wrote that, of course, it was decades and decades ago, but he did actual research in relation to how the pandemic at that time in his book was related to a strain of the flu. And it's kind of crazy because everything he wrote was almost a prediction of 2020. It was so crazy. What do you guys think about that?
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check this one out.
Like, that reminds me of another book. It's called... I shouldn't have said anything then. I don't remember what it was called. But it's essentially a book about a giant boat that goes off into wherever Arctic waters and hits an iceberg. All the specs of the boat were pretty much like dead on to the Titanic. But like this book came out like 3 years before
Oh, wow.
the Titanic happened.
So in 1917, 1960?
Yeah, it's a really old book. I think it's... It was like, it had the name like similar to, it's like, it was called The Titan or something, or something along those lines.
That's interesting. We'll get into that up next. Then let's get us back into some music. She came from the Des Moines area, the one and only Tracy Spencer with her early 90s hit, This House. Here we go. KWTN 100.9 FM.
search the mind, find this house I have. It's all in the hands of love. I said it's all in the hands of love. Let's do it for the people. It's all in the hands of love. Let's give back to the people of the world today. Let's do it for the people. It's all in the hands of love. Let's give back to the people of the world today. Do it for the people. It's all in the hands of love. It's all in the hands of love.
And that was This House with Tracy Spencer. Tracy Spencer also kind of got into the house music genre in that. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but house music is one of my favorites. And it lived early on in the 80s, definitely moved into the 90s, and is still alive today. I love me some house music. What do you guys think about that?
Genres confuse me. Like, it's really hard to tell what is what anymore, and you get some elitists trying to tell you, this actually isn't house music. It's actually a subgenre that emerged back in the 90s called it, and just like, I don't know.
I have a question for that. Could you tell me a little bit more about what house music is?
Sure, yeah. House music, like I said, when I first, it actually started in the 70s, but it's where it's a smooth kind of groove, almost like what we're listening to right now, where it's just simply, you know, a beat, but it's a little bit more of a club beat, so it's like that. And then all the songs that came from that were also so super smooth. They weren't over ornate, meaning like there wasn't a ton of voices or a ton of instruments, just a nice smooth vibe with that. And so house music is something that has definitely been a part of my repertoire, and I really love it. And there's also some people here in town that I was surprised liked house music, and you know, because most people is like embarrassed to say that they like something. I'm like, come on, you know, get away from your friends, and
You don't care what they think.
yeah, it's like listen to what moves you.
One of your listeners here said Chicago house is where it's at.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes, Chicago house. And also with that, you know, he was here in town and stuff. One of the main guys, Chris Lick, yeah, he listened to that just like I did and loved it just as much as I do. Yes, house music and Chicago, baby. Hell yeah, yes. So you guys, we did have a trivia question that was a little bit earlier. Do we want to re-announce that?
What was it?
The trivia question.
Yeah, so we did. We asked a question. So if you get this trivia question correct, you can win yourself one of our new Big Voice T-shirts.
Nice.
So we have. Let me try. I'll bring it and I'll show a visual of our shirts. But the question that we had asked was, which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? And then so if we can have our listeners either comment on the live stream or you can text the hotline. It is 402-922-3347 and you can win yourself a shirt.
Right, and extra bonus points if you can tell us the name of that group. Yeah, you got to dig deep into that one to find it, but the answer's there, you guys. So give it a shout out. And remember that you can also text us live, and that number is?
It's 402-922-3347.
All right, you guys. Like what we talked about last time, one of the things that we always going to talk about on the REZ Ride, especially because we got to go get something later on, we are always going to talk about food. So last week we talked about how lucky we are in the Siouxland area to have such a variety of restaurants, but sometimes you got to stay home.
Yep.
And so I wanted to ask this question for you guest DJs and also throw it out to everybody that's listening. Frozen pizza. What's your favorite? Come on now, don't be shy.
Tombstone?
Well, what kind?
Oh, just Tombstone pepperoni.
Tombstone pepperoni.
I like pepperoni Jack's.
Jack's pepperoni, nice.
I'm gonna have to give it to Tombstone.
Tombstones, yes. Tombstone. Me too. I gotta say that. Don't hate on the Tombstones. You know, we talked about last time when we said our favorite pizzas around Sioux City. Mine was, of course, Rosie's in South Sioux. Shout out to Rosie's. Love what you guys do. But I also gotta say, you know, it is a very close second. I'm gonna throw Tombstones right in there if we're talking, you know, top 5. Tombstone. Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep
I like
on
Tombstone
it. Yeah.
too, but for some reason, that Jack's, I don't know why, especially if you make it on a pizzazz. Get myself hungry over here.
I know, that's what I said. You know, because you're on your way home, you're waiting,
Yes.
you're waiting for dinner, you're waiting for supper, and if you didn't have plans, you know, stop by
we
the
got
store.
a listener that agrees. Jack's Pep.
Jack's Pep, that's right. But don't sleep on those frozen pizzas. Also, and this is the most important question: is pizza better hot out of the oven or cold the next morning? Which one? Can you even decide? Because they're like two different meals. Which one is it?
It depends on the pizza.
Depends on the pizza.
Okay, so break it down for us. Which one is better hot? Definitely, which one is better cold the next morning?
Little Caesars is garbage if it isn't hot.
I'm agree. Yeah.
Maybe that's why they time it and give it away.
No, like the Tombstone, that's good hot, but like a Pizza Hut the next day, no, that hits.
Really nice. Now I gotta say, you know, Rosie's is good 24/7. That's why it is the best, because you can have it anytime. What about you, Bessami?
I'm gonna agree with, what was it? Trixie Pixie?
Yes,
Yeah.
Trixie Pixie.
Well, I like Pizza Hut, so whenever that is any time of the day.
Anytime.
Especially if it has the stuffed crust.
Oh,
Nice,
yeah.
nice. I have yet to have that, but
So pan, not their deep dish, then?
They need to bring back
Yeah.
the garlic buttery crust.
Uh-huh.
Tragedy.
oh,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut CEO, if you're out there listening, and we know you are, bring back the garlic crust.
We have a
Yeah.
couple of listeners here.
Yeah.
One of them said that they prefer fresh out the oven.
Sure.
Paralyzer 115. Then we have Ducky said, I like mine cold.
Nice. Yeah.
Shout out to H Corner in the chat right now.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
pizza, it's good across the board, but I have to agree with you guys. Some are better than others, but Rosie's is the queen. She is everything. She's good fresh out of the oven or cold the next day, even the next day warmed up, because it lasts in the fridge. And then with that, you guys, we're going to get into the next song. We have a wonderful little ditty by Taylor Swift. It's called Style, here on the REZ Ride, KWTN 100.9 FM.
Midnight, you come and pick me up, no headlights. Long drive could end in burning flames or paradise. Fade into view. Oh, it's been a while since I have even heard from you. Heard from you. I should just tell you to leave, cause I know exactly where it leads, but I watch us go round and round each time. You got that dream, daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like, and when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style, we never go out of style. You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl fade and a tight little skirt, and when we go thinking about you and I said I've been there too a few times. Cause you got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. 'Cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. You got that long hair slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl fade and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. 'Cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out, just take me out. Yeah, just take me out. Oh, you got that JT daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. We never go out of style. We never go out of style.
That was Taylor Swift with her hit Style. So, DJs, we left the last section. This is a little bit of an instrumental that we're going to get into a little bit later. But anyway, the last section that we had, we ended with some food, and we had a couple comments that came in during the break. You want to read those?
Yeah, we had the Chef Boyardee pizza cold in the morning is good too.
Chef Boyardee, shout out to Chef Boyardee. You gotta love it, gotta love it.
The way it's spelled too is like you see those memes of how they're broke down like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm over here thinking that it was really something like Chef Boyardee.
Well, that, it was named after, his name was Boyardee, and they broke it down into the B-O-Y, whatever, dash D-I. Yeah, Boyardee, that's what it was, yeah. So, also coming up with this, guys, one of the other things we want to throw out while we are on food is, let's turn the page a little bit and let's talk about your guys' favorite cereal.
Ooh.
But with a little bit of trivia, while you guys are thinking about that, what is Captain Crunch's full name? A little bit of take a guess. Captain Crunch. The guy that tears up your mouth? No, it's like, what is it? What is it, Captain Crunch? Anyone want to venture a guess? Anyone online? No Googling. If you don't know it, come on.
I'm Googling
guys.
right now.
Yes.
Nah.
Captain Crunch's full name.
I have no idea.
I really don't know.
His full name, and this is also according to their website, it is Horatio Magellan Crunch. Yes, so Horatio.
Fancy.
Yes.
Interesting.
Magellan, of course, named after the famous explorer, and that's where Captain Crunch came from. So what is your favorite cereal? Favorite cereal?
I don't really eat much cereal nowadays, but I really do like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fruity Pebbles. Yep, definitely.
I guess it just like depends on the mood, cause like Fruity Pebbles hits, but like the off-brand, Trix or Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Nice.
Me personally, I love cereal. Like I just had a bowl of cereal last night for supper.
So did I.
What is it?
You had Captain Crunch? No.
I like Captain Crunch, but the one that it's the one with the marshmallows, and I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. The,
Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Yes,
Okay.
I love Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Lucky Charms. There is a very vulgar meme that's out there that I shared on my Facebook page that I'll tell you the story, but I'll take out a little bit of the vulgarity. It was like, marketing executive, we have a great new idea for cereal. Marketing CEO, well, tell me about it. The marketing executive, well, it's a cereal that has marshmallows and a bunch of fun colors and shapes. Marketing CEO says, that sounds great. What else? Kids are gonna love it, but rabbits can right off by trying to get it. And I know that's kind of corny, but it's out there. It's like, yeah, no love for you, rabbits. No love on the tricks. So, yeah, cereal's definitely one of those things out there. So,
Yeah, some of our listeners said Fruity Pebbles and also that Captain Crunch. I'm pretty sure they said CTC.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch is amazing. Vegan.
no, cinnamon toast. That's
Cinnamon Toast
cinnamon toast
Oh,
crunch.
yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, that's
Yuck.
the crack cocaine of cereal, isn't it? Yes.
Said be
like-
getting 2 bowls.
Yes, sitting in because what's that? It's named after the drink you can get at the Mexican restaurant.
Rum chata.
Yeah, the it's not rum chata is the alcohol.
Just threw it in there.
Yeah, it's like yes, we go there for your shots of rum chata.
Isn't it just horchata?
Horchata? Yes, that's what it is. You are right. Don't be shamed out. Don't be shamed out. Don't be shamed out
That was
with
funny.
that. Yes. So
So I don't really drink or nothing like that, but have you ever had rum chata with root beer?
I have not.
Try
no.
it one time.
Okay. Well.
It's like cinnamon toast crunch in a cup.
Nice. So many different things that we can get out there and try.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening online, I want to show you what we're going to do here each and every week. We are going to have a deep cut. And what that means is we're going to have the super throwback where people are going to go "Darn" when they hear it, especially the old school listeners, because you know I'm all about the old school. So if you're listening and you know somebody that loves old school, tell them to tune in within the next couple of seconds, within the next minute, because we're going to hear a song that is the throwback of the day, the deep cut. And the instrumental that you're hearing is a little bit of a clue to that. You guys, have you ever heard of the rapper Dana Dane?
No.
Dana Dane was the man. He was in the 80s and very early 90s, and he had quite a few hits, and we have a radio-friendly version of one of his songs. And so we're going to spin that off here, and this is called Tales from the Dane Side from his 1990 album. Here we go.
Starless world of fame and fortune. Our realities are sometimes dimmed by stature and ego. But when the mic is checked and the spotlight shines, there comes another side, a Dane side.
Now I'ma start this tale from here. Is that okay with you? I met a girl, okay, the other day or two. She called me up and said,
Dane, I like to see you. Be here at 9. Better yet, make it 1:45.
well, at the house I rung the bell.
Who is it?
Me, Dana Dine, here to pay Kim a visit. A faint voice said,
I'm back here.
as I bypassed the living room, straight to the rear. Now in the bedroom, on the bed she lay, urging me on, and she began to say,
I heard you were great by word of mouth, but right here and now, I'm gonna wear you out.
I threw my arms in the air, said it's out of my hands. I took off my shirt and dropped my pants. Then with a grin, before forth, I jumped in and I swim like a happy dolphin. I hit her all angles, the bottom, the top. Then she screamed out,
Dane, stop!
I knew she sing, but singing a new tune. Exhausted, she slowly went to the bathroom. Then a moment later, she was back.
Excuse me, lover boy, ready for round 2?
For 4 or 5 rounds now, this went on. Something was wrong, cause I was getting warm, so I followed to the bathroom to scope the deal. Yo, it couldn't be, it can't be real. Now check this out, y'all. Would you believe Kim was just one of the beautiful 3? But now that I had met the whole gang, 3 on 1, but it ain't no thing. You think the tail's too tall? Or maybe our Lord? But anything can happen in Tales from the Dane Side. Now, 32. Late one night, walking through a park. Gosh, I must admit, it was awfully dark. Now me and this kid, he didn't pay me no mind. He was stepping kinda fast, I guess he had to make time. A hood on his head, couldn't see his face. But by the way he walked, well, I assumed he was gay. He dipped out the park and I knew he was gone. But wait, pointed at my head, was it 45 long? It was the kid came back for me. He said, take off your coat and all your jewelry. Other than the fact, I was about to be tagged. Something in this guy's voice made me unrelaxed. Playing with my coat, trying to start for Tom. He knew I was trying to play with his mind. He started getting confused like a young boy would. He made a frantic mistake and took off his hood. Astonished, amazed, my face turned pale. Would you believe this guy was a sweet female? She said, run everything that you've got on. I even want your BVD nylon. Now BVDs, I said, are well and fine, but the Dane here only wears Calvin Klein. She changed my name, must have struck a nerve.
Are you the rapper Dana Dane? You can't be word.
She said, you're the best, you're number one. Smiling, blushing, waving the gun. Word to the parent, I gotta get some. As she pulled out a pack of lubricated condoms. Forced me to take off my fly leather trench as we proceeded to christen an old park bench. Some might disbelieve and say I lied, but anything can happen in tales from the Dane side. And one, and two, and now I went to a party, go cool and hard. Girlie calling out my name like I'm a superstar. Screaming out of their heads, going out of their minds, saying,
Oh, Dana Dane is so divine.
now the night was still early, about an hour to 12. Went up, jumped the figure from the depths of hell. He introduced himself.
Lucifer the
He
Prince.
said he had my soul and he was so convinced. His eyes on fire, his voice cold. A wave of his hand appeared, a mic and go. Now with the same chill voice from him, I was told.
I'm waging this mic against your soul.
Now the wage was this, who could rock the mic? Who can make the party pump for the rest of the night? The mic must have made me outright possessed, cause I didn't hesitate and I took his bet. Now the bet against the devil is a shooing of sin. And everybody knows you just can't win. The girls knew the deal, they cried out my name.
Please don't take the rapper Dana Dane.
Now the devil, he laughed, he thought he won, but he didn't know the battle just begun. Cause I kicked him this rhyme, yeah, smooth and on tempo. He tried to sing, but a real lame attempt though. He bowed his head and said,
I do.
then laid the golden mic by my ballet shoes. So I slapped him across the head and said, for shame, for shame. And right before my eyes, yo, the devil changed. Now I'm laughing at me with these rotten teeth. Yeah, you guessed it, Anita the Beast. Now some might disbelieve and say I lied, but anything can happen in tales from the Dane side.
And that was the one and only Please Don't Take the Rapper Dana Dane. That was Dana Dane with his hit Tales from the Dane Side. What'd you guys think of that jam?
I liked it. The beats what got me.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those songs that you can just throw out
Kinda
there and it's,
move
yeah, it
around.
just gets you moving and gets you grooving and stuff. And that's what Dana Dane was all about. All of his songs had that hook, all of his songs had that vibe and that flavor. Plus, remember how we talked about the best lyricist? You know, he's one that gets slept on a lot. You know, a lot of people don't automatically think of him, but yeah, you look back into the lyrics that he spit out, yeah, he was really able to throw it down. But we also had some awesome feedback again on the topic of cereal.
We did.
What was that?
We had from our host of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, Coach Q.
Hey, Coach.
Quince Bass. He had mentioned that, let me see here. He said the after school go-to cereal, geez, where'd it go? Was the, I know he said Kix
Kicks.
and
Nice.
King Vitamin.
Oh my gosh, King Vitamin. King Vitamin was the shizam. You guys have to understand that. And also shout out to all the WIC kids, because that's where we got it. So hey, no shame in our
Yep.
game. That's
So-
where we got it.
Shout out to Coach Q and the boys who are out sled riding.
Nice. And enjoying the sled REZ ride, if you will.
Yes.
So thanks for listening in. We always appreciate that, you guys. But next up, then we have some weirdness. Do you guys like weirdness?
Love it.
We love it here. And
Yeah.
we will always have it on the REZ ride. The first thing up is, did you guys know that smelling green apples can help you lose weight?
Wow.
Yeah. You guys like green apples?
I
I
better head
do.
to my grandma's farm.
Nice. So smelling green apples. So get a hold of some Granny Smiths, cut them open, and take a whiff. That'll help. I guess it's the sugar, according to the research. The sugar and what you smell helps curb your appetite. Yeah. So smelling green apples is and can be a weight loss assistance to you.
Yeah.
Also, and it's very poignant, especially today. What do you think was the biggest snowflake ever recorded? Take a guess.
Like size wise?
Yes. And no, not a Republican. No. Just kidding. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Come
Let
on.
me see. Let me see.
The biggest snowflake. Take a guess.
6 inches.
6 inches, says Pixie. Come on. Boots.
I'm gonna go, let's say 20 feet.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Go big or go home. We go all in.
That's right.
Yes.
That's me. Take a guess.
I'm gonna go with 12.
12. It was actually recorded by U.S. Army soldiers in Montana back in 1887, and it was 15 inches wide.
I'm just a little off, just a little bit.
Yeah, not too far, but imagine that. You could basically get a ruler, add 3 inches to that, and that's floating down. Yeah, and then plus
Just get hit in the head with it.
right, you guys were talking about snowballs. Imagine getting hit by that in the head. Yeah, but in Montana, and then plus to be there right at that moment, it's like how lucky. Otherwise, it would have just fell, and no one ever would have seen it. So that's some weirdness that we have out there. Also, there's a question that we're gonna throw out there, and it also is with us. What does the word mellifluous mean?
Mellifluous?
Mellifluous.
Mellifluous.
Mellifluous. Test your vocabulary. Come on, SAT, ACT, geniuses. Mellifluous.
I want to say it has something to do with being almost mischievous, maybe?
Mischievous. Interesting.
That kind of sounds kind of evil to me.
Sure. Well, that Maleficent. So, mellifluous.
I'll say someone that can't pronounce Maleficent.
So, a tongue-tied speaker. Sure, that it could fit. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it's kind of like persuading.
Sure. Yeah, that is there. The correct answer is a sound that is pleasingly smooth and musical to hear. So REZ RIDE is very mellifluous. Yes. Musical and pleasing to the ear. What do you guys think about that? Tell us some other words. And anyone out there, shout out some big words or some words you don't hear often. Another thing that I threw out there, and this we're going to put you guys on the spot right away. And that was High Five with I Like the Way, the Kissing Game song. What do you guys think of that, Jan?
Pretty baller.
Yeah, you like it? So we ended the last segment talking about weird words, and we got a couple of good feedback from the listeners.
Yeah, so for our listeners on YouTube, we had one that had said coyote. It sounds better in Spanish than English.
Sure, Espanol. Yeah.
And then when we first made mention of it, you said coyote.
Yeah, coyote.
Coyote.
I think also that's more regional dialect. Coyote.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then the other one that we had that was mentioned is, and I'm sure everybody's gonna be in agreement with this one, is Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Or how did Donkey say it? Worcestershire.
Well, people say it so quickly that it's like there's no real way to say it anymore. It's people say Worcestershire.
If you add a little bit of an English accent to it, it actually helps it roll off the tongue a little bit better. So can you do an English accent?
Worcestershire.
Remember, when you do an English accent, and they'll teach you this in drama class because, I'm all about the drama. But with that, they'll tell you when you do it, hold your jaw a little bit stiffer because the English people, that's what it's about. The stiff jaw.
The stiff jaw.
Keep calm and carry on. Yes, so that wasn't English, but at the same time. So we also have a great story that we need to tell you guys, and you listeners on YouTube, you're going to be lucky because you get to see it. So Boots, tell us this story of what we're looking at on the screen.
That is a portrait or a drawing I did digitally on my iPad of the famous songwriter, artist, whatever, Post Malone.
Nice.
He is my favorite artist to have come up recently, or my favorite artist of all time, actually.
Cool. So tell us the story of how it became famous.
And more recently, I guess, I went to a concert because he recently went on tour. I think he's still on tour. I have no idea. He stopped in Omaha first, and I was there, and I had him sign it while he was on stage.
Nice.
Along with that, I also gave him a copy of it, and hopefully he appreciates the drawing as much as I appreciate him signing a copy for me.
That is so cool.
We even have a Twitter video that someone captured of.
I do have a video, on Twitter.
Wow, nice. So it's kind of a little bit worldwide exposure for your artwork. Nice, nice. Do you guys have any other celebrity, not just sightings, but kind of meetings? Have you guys ever ran into somebody famous other than that?
No, not really.
Well, living a long life back in the mid-1990s, I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I had the opportunity of being at Caesar's Palace when they opened Planet Hollywood, which was a restaurant chain that they had back in that day. So many stars were present. There was Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Don Johnson, Gina Davis, so many people. And it was just kind of cool because they were just standing and hanging out. They weren't, surrounded by guards and all that kind of stuff. They were really making themselves accessible, and it was so, so cool. But I gotta say, the most awesomest experience I ever had may not be the movie star, is when we met Jordan Larson. Jordan Larson, who's the gold medalist for the U.S. women's national volleyball team, and also the legend from the University of Nebraska volleyball team as well. We got to meet her, and I have to admit, I got a little starstruck. I was like, oh my God, there's Jordan Larson. And she was so nice, so friendly, just opened herself up to everything. And she signed my daughter's t-shirt, and I took a picture, and everyone just absolutely loved it. It was so, so cool. Celebrity meetings, Bessami?
I will go with one that we had more recently. We had brought 2 celebrity guests onto the Big Voice Radio.
Wow.
It was, I want to say it was back in September.
Okay.
Or so. I think it was about September. So the YCIC, the youth shelter here in Winnebago, they had that, they had a color run.
Okay. Yeah.
If you remember when they had that. So they had it over at the Land of Wellness here in Winnebago. And they had brought 2 comedians who are pretty well known around the United States, James and Ernie.
Nice.
And then so we brought them over here to the studio, and we did a live. So we have a live on our Big Voice channel here on YouTube with them. And we just got to do a small little interview with them. So it was pretty cool.
That is KWTN, touched by greatness. So in honor of that, coming up next, we have a hit from the man himself, Mr. Post Malone, with Sway Lee from the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Here we go with Sunflower.
Love it.
That is such a nice little ditty, don't you guys think?
I agree.
Absolutely. I remember when I first heard that song, of course, you know it's Post Malone because he has a very distinctive voice, but just hearing that nice little groove, and here we are on the REZ ride, taking that cruise on the way home. Hopefully the roads have been safe and you guys have been safe as well.
Yes.
Post Malone with Sway Lee from Sunflower. Did you guys see the movie, Spider?
Yes, I loved it.
Loved it. How about you?
One of the best movies of all time, hands down, like top 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen it as well.
Definitely influenced me to get more like artsy, seeing about how it was animated and stuff.
Okay.
And then with the new movie coming up in June of the second part, I'm just excited to see like what else they can produce.
That's right. That's right.
The rest of that soundtrack for Miles Morales is also super killer.
Yeah, it's a good one too. You definitely have to listen to the whole album.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, soundtracks, that's always a favorite of ours here on the REZ Ride, and plus at KWTN. I mean, there's so many great movies that really do kick out good music. Not only do the superstars have their cuts on there, but that's where you can find a lot of like up and coming or not very well known artists because their song is featured on a soundtrack. Right. So up next then, we have a little bit of a discussion I wanted to throw out there because it's been something that's been on my mind, and it is, did you know?
Did you know?
Yes. And did you know? Did you know that, well, let me ask the question. How did Google Images start? Oh. Think about it. Google, of course, blew up in the early 2000s, turn of the century. It existed before that, don't get me wrong, but remember, this might be a little bit before you guys, but there were other search engines. There was, of course, Yahoo, and then the email chain, Gmail and all that kind of stuff. They had their own. Then Ask Jeeves. These were search engines, but of course Google took it over. But Google Images didn't exist in the beginning, and it came because of one specific search. Take a guess. Very turn of the century. Think about something everyone wanted to see around the turn of the century. Take a guess. Clock's ticking.
I know, I'm like,
Memes.
Pictures of a celebrity, maybe.
Pictures of... Throw a name out. Who was famous in turn of the century?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Picture of Will Smith. You think the world wanted to see a picture of Will Smith. How about you, Trixie?
I would say like memes and cat pictures.
Cat pictures. Oh my God, yes, cat pictures.
I'm gonna go with they wanted to see proof of whenever they went to the moon.
Proof of the moon landing. Yeah, of course, that's something I always laugh at that.
JT, Justin Timberlake?
Could have been. NSYNC was big and he was going out on his own. But actually, Google Images was started because of the searches and the sheer volume of Jennifer Lopez in the Versace dress. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yes, you have to Google it now. Yes, Jennifer Lopez, I believe it was at the MTV Awards that year, wore a green floral Versace dress that was basically like a robe, but was pinned right below her navel.
Oh, yeah.
And it was truly fantastic. And of course, J-Lo blew up at that time. She was, I think she was dating P. Diddy or whatever he goes by now, Puff Daddy. But that image is what instigated the start of Google Images. So now you guys can say, did you know? And share that detail with your friends.
That was 23 years ago.
Right. And she's still doing it, She don't look quite the same, but she's doing it as well. So
all our listeners that are tuned in through our YouTube for the live stream, we got the visual up here for you. So the green Versace dress?
Yes. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice dress.
Yes, it is. And with that, we're also going to take another trip a little bit back again. So here we have the one and only Brandy with her song, I Wanna Be Down. KWTN 100.9 FM.
I would like to get to know if
That was Brandy with her 1995 hit, I Wanna Be Down. I love that jam. Love it. Shout out to Brandy. So we're getting close to that magic 6 o'clock hour. We want to thank you guys for joining us for this week's edition of REZ Ride. Do we have shout outs or anything? Oh, there was a comment.
Yeah, there was some more feedback from our listeners here. So it was just kind of going back to the talk of pizza and them. So it was with the Jack's pepperoni being that Jack's tastes so fulfilling.
Yes. So
but then
fulfilling.
also that listener is heading out now. It was nice tuning in.
Great. We hope you join us next week. And then also we have programming coming up.
We do. So make sure that you join us tomorrow. On Friday, we'll be getting into the Friday Night Hot Mix with DJ Blue at 7. And then following the Friday Night Hot Mix, we will be here with MC BKC for Midnight Love.
Yes, this week is going to be the theme Love Power.
Love Power.
You guys get your ears ready because this is all about the voice of the singers. So I can't wait to show you guys that playlist because it's going to be fire.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, so shout outs or last comments?
Yeah, give a shout out to my mom. I made her listen. Shout out to Elsa, too.
Hey, tell us who Elsa is.
Elsa's my mom's chihuahua.
Yes, Elsa is Facebook and Instagram famous
Yeah.
because of her adventures all across up and through Dakota County. So
Yeah.
welcome to the show, Elsa. So
Shout out to H Corner for listening in. Thanks,
out,
guys.
Yeah, H Corner. And with that, we want to thank you guys for joining us in the studio and come back anytime. We hope that you had a good time and were able to share your projects and artwork. Also, remember to look for that and your screen names on
Boots Art on Instagram and Boots on YouTube.
Boots on YouTube. So with that being said, we want to thank you guys for joining us on the REZ Ride. We will be here every Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. And I hope you had a great time because we sure did too. So we hope you made it home safe. Keep yourself safe out on the roads. Much love to all those that are clearing the roads for us. And we hope you have a great week. Until next time, listeners. This is REZ Ride, KWTN 100.9 FM.